Syrian citizens living abroad voted Wednesday in the country's presidential election at embassies around the world. Voting inside Syria begins next week. This is Syria's first multi-candidate presidential election after 40 years of rule by the family of incumbent President Bashar al-Assad. But many are questioning the vote's legitimacy. Natalie Carney reports.
Hundreds of Jordan's roughly 1.3 million Syrian refugees came out to show their support for Syrian President Bashar al-Assad, waving the Syrian flag and clinging to photos of him, hoping he will win another 7-year term as the country's president.
We are with President Bashar al-Assad with our hearts and souls. Thank God we are by his side. Those against him don't have any effect on us. Every person is free.
Inside the Syrian embassy, ballots offered voters 3 choices. Assad himself, along with 54-year-old Hassan bin Abdullah al-Nouri, a lawmaker from the capital Damascus, and 43-year-old Mahir Abdul Hafiz Hajar, a policymaker from the northern city of Aleppo.
While voting takes place at the Syrian embassy here in Amman, across the road there is a small gathering of anti-Assad protesters who are calling these elections fraudulent, many of them choosing not to take part.
Security was tight as tensions were running high between both those for and against the elections.
They are just doing these elections to convince the world that the Syrian people want Bashar al-Assad to stay, but that's not correct at all. You can see what is going on inside Syria. Who on earth would like to elect a president whom is doing this to his country?
Of course, I did not vote today because this process has already been decided. The Syrian elections won't change what we are living in now. President Assad winning these elections will only allow the butcher to shed more blood while the international community turns a blind eye.
Voting in Syria is expected to take place on the 3rd of June. However, there is uncertainty whether it will only be open to those in government-controlled areas. Western countries have condemned the elections as a sham, while the United Nations have said the elections will make it less likely to end the war through diplomacy. Diplomatic progress between Syria's government and the main opposition umbrella group, the Syrian National Coalition, has made little headway since talks in Geneva stalled earlier this year. Natalie Carney for CCTV in Amman, Jordan.